Grand Rising. Welcome to Healing Hype Man. Message of the day. Let's dive in. Let's see what we're going to process. What would like to come out today in this very interesting, energetic week? Let's kind of dive in. I really wanted to start off with an animal spirit, an Osho Zen, and a shamanic healing card. So let's kind of do that. And then we'll get some tarot. Otter spirit, you are never alone. Wow. And there's two otters on here. So we're going to talk about... What are we going to talk about here? Ascension. Oof. The sun is rising. Beautiful day, beautiful vibe. Letting go. We're going to go there today, guys. Ready? Some of us are shedding our old self. You are never alone with ascension and letting go. You know, throughout your ascension process and as you grow as a person, you do let go of the old version of yourself. You let go of people. You let go of places. You let go of things in your life to ascend to a higher vibration, to ascend as a growing person, to ascend to your higher self, to ascend towards your life purpose, North Node, God's plan. And throughout that process, sometimes it might feel very lonely. I have to be honest. My spiritual journey and spirituality and awakening and aha moments and dark night of the soul is not easy. And it can be very lonely. So for some of you, you might be in that space. Maybe this is just a positive word of affirmation to let you know that that process, ascending, however you ascend, ascending at work, growing at work, right? You do a lot of work in silence. You do a lot of work. You bust your ass by yourself, but at the same time, you know that you're never alone. You're always co-creating with the universe. You are always, there's always, your guides are with you. Spirit is with you. And even through moments of having to let people and places, things go in your life, it might feel like, okay, now I'm left with nothing, or now I'm left with no one. That brought me back to a time during my ascension that part of the reason why I ascended and I went through my dark night of the soul was because I had nobody, because of my own actions, things that I did in life put me in a position where nobody trusted me anymore. And I almost saw like my family just like slip away from me and give up on me. Not give up on me, but just completely disconnect. I didn't like that feeling. The moon. Where are we going with this? Let's pull some cards here. The moon, Six of Wands, Knight of Swords. Confusing yet victorious, right? I feel like that's what the spirituality is. Confusing, yet it's actually victorious in some sort of way, right? There's an aspect of you, right? Maybe what the end result might look like and feel like to you in your mind very well can be Six of Swords, Six of Wands energy here. Celebrating an accomplishment, even down a path that you cannot see. The moon lights the night sky. The dictation in the moon card is just because things are confusing doesn't mean that you should stop, right? There is victory behind it. There is a parade waiting for you at the light at the end of the tunnel, or just follow the moon. What is the moon? The moon is the mother. The mother is emotions. Follow your emotions. For some of you really could be in a space where you're going full force in your spiritual journey where you're ascending here. Some of you could be in a space of confusion as to why am I still alone, right? If I look at you are never alone. Confused in some sort of way. Your ascension is victorious, whether you're in it now or you're trying to get to that. However you quantify or define what your end result looks like. Letting go sometimes can feel a little chaotic. Letting go can very much feel like you don't want to attack it full force. Because the Knight of Swords typically means like action oriented. Also can mean like violent energy at the same time. Be cautious with the words that you're telling yourself when you're letting people, places, and things go in your life. 5 on the clock. But this confusing journey that you're tackling here, and maybe this is a message to say, go after it. Continue to go down that path. 10 of Swords. I like the 10 of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. The Magician here. 10 of Swords is a past tense card. Things have ended, or there are things that have completed. Cycles have completed, and for those of you that haven't done that letting go aspect and taking it on full force, you're missing out. What are you missing out on? On the manifestations and the opportunities. When you end those cycles, which are being highlighted to us now in this Scorpio eclipse, along with Mercury retrograde, allowing you to safely reanalyze things, Mercury here, Gemini here, allowing you to safely reanalyze things, you shall see and reap the rewards of manifestations and opportunities and offers and stability. Pentacles is stability here. Some of you very well just could really need a message like, this is lonely as fuck, this is scary as fuck, but I feel like I am ascending in some sort of way. Yes, my friend, you are ascending. We are always ascending. And people, places, and things, cycles need to end here. Some of you are confused about the cycles in your life. Some of you might be confused about what needs to end. That certainly will be highlighted to you. Just hang tight. It will be presented. It will be presented. Let's get some advice here. 7 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords again. Wow. I know that it might feel like this is taking too long. 7 of Swords Pictation is you're planting the seeds for the long term. But if you look a little deeper, he's not very excited about it because he wants to know when. And that is a question that a lot of people ask. When? And he's not sure how it's going to even harvest. He planted all these seeds, and he's not sure how it's actually going to come, how it's actually going to come to fruition, right? That very well can be the confusing part. It's like, I don't know if I end this, like where it's going to lead me. And that's going to make me feel like I'm very alone. Like I very well might be dropping people, places, and things that are going to make me feel very lonely. In moments of pure nervousness and frustration and slightly a little bit of fear is really when you will see a massive breakthrough. And even though you plant those seeds, you're not sure when they're going to take place. Another cycle very well can be completing here. I'm looking at the number 10 here. You plant seeds and you're not sure if it's going to go well or if it's not going to go well. At the end of the day, there's a 10. There's a completion there. At some point in time, things will fruition. Things will come to blossom how they are meant to come to blossom here. You very well can, some of you might want to be giving up here. Advice here is not to give up. Plant the seeds. Do the work. And things might very well end that need to end for you, right? If I look at this in the sense of just advice, it's like plant the seeds and cut what you need to cut out. Simple as that. I think, and then afterwards, you very well might see how quick things change for you. 8 of Wands with the Fool at the bottom. how new things change for you and how authentic you will actually feel. King of Wands, right? There's a massive aspect of today's reading being letting go. Know that you are not alone. So if you have to make that choice or that decision, you're not by yourself, right? You're not. You have the universe that's working in your favor. You have like-minded people reach out to. You have yourself to really lean on. And I'm sure some of you have other people that you can lean on to go to for support, a friend, a therapist, someone who would just listen to you. All is necessary. Without darkness, there is no light. Like a lotus flower, you can grow from the mud and blossom in the dark. For some of you, this is probably a really dark week for you, or heavy week. And that's really what I feel here. It's like you're about to ascend, but there is an aspect of something that needs to go, an aspect, a cycle that needs to change, something that's being highlighted to you. Take a look at that from the Hype Man deck, back to your roots, the 4th house. I always say back to your roots is we were all born whole. Some of you might need to go back home just to remember who you were. Take it back a little bit to you, right? Where are your roots embedded? What are your belief systems now, right? Where is this? What deep-rooted darkness that might need a touch of light? This is really asking you to go back and do that shadow work. This is really asking you to sit in that space of what might seem like you're alone and ascend. In order to do so, there is letting go and completion of cycles here. Completion of cycles here. My name is Alvin Catalan. I'm present. I'm done speaking now.